Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday and welcome back to another round of in-depth candle reviews. I'm gonna have 2 in-depth holiday candle reviews going live today, and then the very last video is actually going to finally be my review of the Pura system that I purchased a couple of months ago for the very first time. So if you are interested in any of that, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button right below this video here. That way you'll be notified of all of my future uploads as soon as they go live here on my channel. Anyway, we are kicking today off with a new fragrance for holiday 2024 from Kringle Candle. And this is Pomegranate and Fir. And initially when smelling this one on cold sniff, I wasn't like crazy impressed by it. I didn't like dislike the fragrance, but I don't know. I just thought it was okay initially. I will say I am enjoying it far more now that I have burned it to the halfway point. This is a really great take on pomegranate. It is a little bit perfumey. But also just a lovely pomegranate in its own right. So let's dig into the fragrance description, the notes. I'll tell you what I detect with my nose. We'll talk about strength and throw, which I know for all of the holiday candles is really important this year because there have been some varying performances in terms of strength and throw. And then we will address any burn issues that may have come up. So the fragrance description reads, the irresistible sweetness of candied winter pomegranate and smooth, juicy plums blends with soft forest woods amid earthy amber and crisp vetiver. The top notes are pomegranate, fruit, and amber. The mid notes are fir and patchouli, and the base is vanilla and wood. Okay, if you are horrifically afraid of patchouli, I can tell you that I really don't get much of the patchouli here at all. The patchouli that I do smell is slightly perfumey, which is why I think the pomegranate is coming across as slightly perfumey. So if you are looking for a pomegranate fragrance that smells outright edible, I don't think this is that. I think the addition of the amber and the patchouli in here, and then that wood note at the base definitely takes this a different direction than just straight up like fruity gourmand, if you will. Like I said, it is a little bit more of a perfumey pomegranate. Now, do I smell actual pomegranate? Yes. There is this really lovely, slightly tart, like pomegranate juice, kind of like the, if you've ever had the pomegranate juice, where it's not overly sweet. It's just more of like that pure, like pomegranate juice. It's nice. Listen, this is a great pomegranate. I really like it. I don't get much in the way of plum here at all. It's not listed in the actual fragrance notes, but it's listed in the scent description, and I don't get plum. The only fruitiness that I'm getting here is that pomegranate. Now, I do smell a little bit of fir in here, but not a ton. I do think that if there was some more of like that specific holiday tree out here, be it fir, spruce, balsam, whatever, I think it would maybe smell a little bit more Christmassy to my nose. But as it stands, I think this is a lovely fragrance to enjoy around Thanksgiving, but I don't think this smells overly Christmassy to my nose, if that makes sense. If there was a little bit more of that fir, I think we could get there with like a true like holiday pomegranate. But I think this is wonderful probably for around Thanksgiving. And then I would actually probably enjoy this one a little bit after the holidays. It is a really lovely fragrance overall. And the fragrance itself, I'm gonna give it, I'm not sure if I would do like 2 full thumbs up, but definitely like a 1.5 thumbs. It's a great scent. And if you're at all interested in it, definitely check it out. Maybe start with the daylights, maybe start with the wax melts if you are at all unsure about this one. But I think it's definitely worth checking out if you are a fan of pomegranate in general. Now, I will say the strength and throw has been quite good on this one. Like I said, the country candles have really kind of been struggling. Had trouble with a couple of those, and I also had issues with the sugared plums and myrrh from the Kringle Classic jar lineup, which is what this jar here comes from. But this one here is not giving me any strength and throw issues. The strength is a solid 7 out of 10, and the throw I would put somewhere between like a 6 and a 7. It doesn't travel super far, but it absolutely fills the space where I'm burning it, and it starts to travel outside of that area. But does it fill the entire downstairs? No, it doesn't. All that being said, I'm getting what I think is a good Kringle candle performance out of this one. I've had absolutely zero burn issues. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the candle around here. I just lit this right before filming this video, so it's not even completely pulled out yet. But one thing I do want to draw your attention to is I feel like there's a little bit more residue that is sticking to the side of the jar with the holiday candles this go around. Typically you always get a little bit of, you know, like the wax beads, if you will, that will stick to the side of the jar. But there's a little bit more of that happening this go around. I'm not sure if that has to do with the fragrance oils or if somehow the wax formulation changed. I feel like it's performing like the usual Kringle soy wax, which is flawless in my eyes. But yeah, I have noticed that there is just a little bit more residue that you can see, like all of these little areas here, that usually doesn't happen. So I don't consider that a major issue though. The wicks are great. As you can see, they're kind of dancing around in there. I do trim the wicks ever so slightly. This does not form huge mushroom tops here, but enough of like some carbon residue is left at the top to where I just nip that very top off there, and then it's usually fine. Listen, overall, I'm really enjoying this one. I think it is a great, interesting, slightly more perfumey pomegranate fragrance. If you are just looking for straight up like juicy, maybe more edible pomegranate, I wouldn't encourage you to get this one. I think the patchouli and the amber in here definitely make it lean a little bit more towards the perfumey side of things than the edible side of things. But I like that. Listen, this is a great fragrance, and if you're at all interested in it, I'll have it linked down below. The holiday candles, for the most part, are not really on sale yet. You can certainly wait for that sale. I imagine around Thanksgiving is when we're going to start seeing a lot of these going on like regular sales. But if you want to get these before then, you can either use your rewards or you can use my discount code Melanie15, and that'll at least save you 15% off of these. All that being said, 2 thumbs up. Well, thumb and a half for this one, I guess I should say, but I think it's worth trying if you're at all curious about it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and stay tuned for the next review. It's going to go up in a few hours here, and I will see you in that video. Take care. Toodaloo.